Welcome to our special holiday edition of Culinary Adventures. I'm your host, and today we dive into a festive favorite, the Christmas ham. Whether you're a seasoned chef or just starting out, today's episode is packed with tips to elevate your holiday feast.
Absolutely. And let's talk about one of the most important techniques when preparing a Christmas ham, scoring. Now, for those who may not be familiar, scoring means making shallow cuts into the surface of the ham.
Right? And it's crucial to note that scoring is akin to preparing a canvas before painting. You're creating little pockets for flavor to infuse during cooking. But first, you want to trim the fat layer slightly. We're not trying to strip it all away, just taking off a thin layer.
Exactly. Most recipes suggest trimming just enough so that your diamond scores, about 2 centimeters deep, can really shine. Speaking of which, should we dive into that diamond pattern? It's not just for aesthetics.
Definitely. The diamond pattern serves a functional purpose. By cutting in this design, you create a beautiful presentation and spaces to hold flavors, particularly if you're using cloves. Cloves have a very aromatic and slightly sweet taste that can elevate your ham. But if cloves aren't your thing, spacing those scores farther apart will still yield great results.
And it's important to remember, this is your ham, so make it your own. Experiment with the spacing or even the seasonings you use aside from cloves. Some people love a spicy glaze or a fresh fruit combination to complement the meat's richness.
Now, once we're done scoring, we move on to the glazing process, which feels almost like a culinary art form in itself. Preheating your oven to around 180 degrees Celsius in a fan-force setting is key.
Oh, and this is where the magic of the glaze happens. You'll want to grab your trusty pastry brush to apply that traditional ham glaze over the scored surface. A little tip here, doing this over a bowl can catch any drips.
Right? It's always nice to keep the workspace tidy. Now, after you've applied the glaze, it's time to get that ham in the oven. You'll want to bake it for about 30 minutes at that temperature, and then watch it closely.
Absolutely. After the first half hour, it's time for some reglazing. This is where you brush more glaze onto the ham every 10 minutes for another 30 minutes. This ritual ensures you get that beautiful, deep, dark color everyone loves.
And if you desire that caramelized finish, the last step is a little trick. Crank your oven up to 200 degrees for the final 20 minutes and glaze it one last time before serving. This will give you that mouth-watering, glossy finish that makes everyone drool.
By the way, let's not forget the significance of ham during the holidays. Historically, ham symbolizes abundance and celebration, making it a fitting centerpiece for gatherings.
That's such a good point. And as our listeners prepare their holiday meals, what kind of personalized glazes could they try? Maybe a brown sugar and mustard blend, or a pineapple mango glaze.
Exactly. I think listeners should feel empowered to get creative. Using a mixture of sweet and savory elements can really transform a dish and make it memorable. And remember, it's all about what flavors you enjoy.
So, where can listeners find the perfect recipes for glazes? A quick search or a visit to any reputable food magazine will yield a treasure trove of ideas. What about spices? Another fun layer could be using herbs like rosemary or thyme.
A great suggestion. Using fresh herbs can infuse wonderful flavors into the meat itself. As our listeners enhance their glazed ham, we encourage them to think about pairing it with sides that complement those flavors, perhaps roasted vegetables or a zesty salad.
Definitely. It all comes back around to creating a holistic meal. We've covered a lot today, and it's time for a quick recap. Let's remind our audience of the key steps in preparing that perfect Christmas ham.
Sure, start by trimming and scoring your ham in a diamond pattern. Then, apply your glaze generously and bake before reglazing to ensure that deep caramelization. Don't forget to get creative with your flavors, whether sweet, spicy, or herby.
And finally, let's celebrate the joy of gathering around the table with family and friends. Remember, it's not just about the meal, it's about the memories made. Happy holidays, everyone.